Saluton, it's Vlogmas Day 6, I think, probably, maybe. And today I thought I would do a reading for you of my short story called Petrichor, which was recently published in the offing. I'll put a link to it down in the description. I hope you enjoy it. I'm sitting in a bar and I can hardly breathe because the guy next to me is chain smoking and the images on his cigarette packet gross me out, but if I say anything I'll draw attention to myself, and to be honest that wouldn't really be ideal right now. I push my scarf against my face and I can smell tobacco and tar in it, and I curse the man next to me, but I do it silently because I'm trying to listen to the television in the corner, but it's awfully hard to hear over the din of the bar and the smoker's irritatingly loud laugh. The TV's set to some free-to-air channel because I guess this bar can't afford satellite, and it's playing some documentary about the recent attacks on the capital city's citizens by ghouls in the western suburbs, and the narrator's talking over a shot of the harbour when a news bulletin interrupts the programme to bring us the latest breaking news. The pretty white girl in a weird designer dress that matches her weird designer earrings speaks in a very calm and cool way, and I'm guessing from the pitch of her voice that she'd be a contralto if only her accent weren't so nasally. And then I think she's actually kind of pretty until she starts talking about the latest victim gobbled up by a ghoul, who was apparently a man who just so happened to be wearing a dress and a face full of makeup with long black hair and heels. The smoking man shouts something obscene, probably, and spills his drink on me, and I guess it's okay since my jeans are black and it's hard to tell when they get dirty, but I shoot him an even dirtier look and start to leave when he starts to flirt. I don't remember how I died, because the brain honestly just can't deal with that kind of trauma and live to tell the tale, and before you ask how I could be conscious if I weren't alive, then I'd just like to say that what I do isn't really living anyway. I'd never really had any experience with addiction before because my life had been so sheltered and there wasn't anything I could have gotten addicted to, but the moment I woke up alone on the concrete in the rain and saw the world with a few less colours, I could feel something deep inside me like a thirst that could never be quenched. I'd never ever been truly hungry, but I suppose that's probably pretty similar to how I felt when I tried to stand up and walk down the street at 3 a.m. in the middle of winter and go home without remembering my name or age or address. The man who was smoking next to me follows me outside because he was unhappy with my lack of reciprocal flirting, and the way he smells sort of reminds me of the first person I killed after I decided to see if the thing that could satisfy my hunger was flesh and realized that I too was a ghoul after all, and I toy with the idea of eating this man too. He's sounding kinda angry, and I feel like if I was still a human I would probably be scared, but there's no fear in my gaunt face when I lead him down the alleyway to let him feel like he has the upper hand, but really I'm just waiting for him to lay his hand on me so I can justify breaking it. Cats have a tendency to play with their food, and I can't really say that I'm any different because I let him spin me around and pin me against the wall just so that I can see his face, because I want to see the fear flash across his eyes and the moment he sees the veins in mine and the daggers in my jaw. My eating's been a bit disordered lately and that I haven't been doing much of it, so I decided to take it slow and enjoy this meal, as I don't know when my next will be because there hasn't been a ghoul attack this far north in quite a while, and it'll probably make the news and then the police will investigate and it will be all sorts of trouble for me. I can tell he's trying to backpedal because he's saying he was never even interested in me, trying to insult me as if a girl who looks like a man is a bad thing to be, but then he starts to say that I probably am a man, albeit a fucked up one. Though I put a stop to this pretty quickly and he can't say anything anymore because he's screaming too loudly, but it's alright because it's late and no one's around. I guess I'll have to get a new scarf because this one smells like cigarettes, and I guess having this guy's blood and bodily fluids on it isn't exactly great either, but blood is easier to wash out than the cigarette smell. But then again, this is my favourite scarf and I have trouble letting go of material objects, so I'll probably just soak it for a while when I get home before I throw it in the wash. I put a lot more effort into looking human than I do into looking cisgender, and I probably would have dressed differently had I stayed human, but I'm not scared of being murdered anymore because it's them who should be afraid of being murdered by me. This guy tastes like a bad McDonald's meal, but I'm sort of just guessing there because I can't remember what McDonald's tastes like, and normal food is kind of a turn-off for me now, but if I had to try and explain it to someone then those are the words I'd use. The man stopped screaming, so it's pretty quiet now and it started to rain. Please subscribe.